Matt here. We're here in Color Kyle. Another episode, if you will, of Wheels of Fury, wrestling talk, or whatever we want to talk about. It don't have to be wrestling. It can be whatever. But today, we actually got into another conversation, and I thought, what the fuck, let's do another video.
Yeah.
TNA. So, you watched it in his apartment, I watched it in my apartment, but
Yeah.
whatever. It was fun. I gotta say, though, I think that for a lot of flack I can give TNA,
Yeah.
there's some really good episodes, and this one was fairly decent. Again, you have Bruce Pritchard talking with Bobby Lashley. You have the possible breakup of DCC. You have the return of Karen Jarrett. You know, a bunch of things happened this week that things can get interesting, or as JR would say, business is about to pick up. What did you think about this episode?
One thing that I found really interesting and wasn't really expecting is last week and this week there's a whole big talk of, oh, she's back, she's here, you know, who is she, what's her purpose for being on Impact, and we find out that it's Karen Jarrett, and I don't know if both her and Jeff bought Impact and are gonna run it, or maybe it's just Karen and it's gonna be a solo thing and Jeff is gonna kind of concentrate on his own promotion, the Global Force Wrestling.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And she was really grateful to the fans for welcoming her back and accepting her and cheering for her and everything. And then, of course, Josh Mathews gets in the ring and he's talking about, he thought Bruce Pritchard was dead, and he didn't really have too much bad to say about Dutch Mantel, other than he thinks that Dutch is friggin' way older than he actually is, and then he's talking about Jeremy Borash being a stooge for the last 25 years, even though really he'd only been 15 for as long as he's been in Impact. What he was doing before he got hired by Jarrett and the company, he was being a ring announcer and a backstage interviewer, and then getting into commentary. We don't know. And then Mathews made the comment about how Karen's family will be out of wrestling for good, and she let him have a good one right across the face. And of course he's on his ass on the canvas, kind of sour about getting slapped by Karen, and of course she's all like, my family's name, leave your lips, and that was how Impact ended. So it'll be interesting to see what Karen's role will be in Impact, whether she's going to be like a Dixie Carter position.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, maybe not necessarily like president or chairperson, but maybe more along the lines of like a general manager, perhaps, or at least an owner or a part owner, if you will.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of funny how that would turn out. And then her saying that she's the new Karen Jarrett.
Yes.
You know, and it's true, people do evolve through the years. What I find interesting is, you know, Josh Mathews' character, although he was more of an interviewer than a commentator in WWE, is that his character in TNA is, he's a complete asshole.
Yeah.
And to me, it's kind of not really believable.
No.
It's kind of like, I don't know, The Miz being face. He just doesn't really seem that believable. I do know that Josh Mathews failed Tough Enough and unfortunately didn't go follow through with the wrestling.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just seemed out of place, and that slap was pretty fucking badass. Yeah. Although she hasn't met Angelina Love.
No, Madison Rayne.
No, Madison Rayne.
Yeah, Madison Rayne is married to Josh Mathews. Angelina Love is married to Davey Richards.
Yeah, see, that's... I didn't know her. I knew he was married to a wrestler.
Yes.
I didn't know he was married to Horseface. But...
Horseface? Ouch.
Yeah. That, I'll bring that up too. That, was that blood or lipstick on Davey Richards?
I'm pretty sure that was blood. Because if you look at Angelina's lips, they weren't red. It was more like a natural color, like a skin tone color, if you will. That was for sure blood on Davey's mouth. I don't know whether when they were kissing, she like bit his lip or whatever, but yeah, that was for sure blood, dude.
Gonna be a real interesting take team, or whatever. It's not gonna be like when she played that vampire chick. I can't remember what stable that was.
Vampire chick.
Well, she wore those blue contacts or something. I can't remember. Anyways.
The only faction I remember Angelina Love being a part of was the Beautiful People.
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah.
But
getting back to Josh Mathews.
Yeah.
Josh is about as believable as a bad guy as Miz would be as a face.
Yeah.
Miz has been a bad heel for probably 10 years or so, whatever it is, and it's believable.
I think the funniest thing I've ever seen, and I don't call the Miz funny usually.
Yeah.
But the vignettes with Maurice, the John Cena and Nikki Bella parody.
Yeah, that was funny.
And it's like, okay, so the PG era, you would never see. Obviously, I bleeped it out, but it was like Bella bullshit.
Yes.
And so, but no, this was funny, and of course, Nikki and John responded.
That friggin' promo Cena cut on Talking Smack, that was awesome.
Pretty much, yeah.
If you haven't had a chance to see it and you can find it, watch it. It's right at the end, very end of Talking Smack, where Cena sounds off on Miz and Maurice about their little insult attempt at Cena and Nikki or Total Bellas and whatever. It's good.
Yeah.
I'd say probably one of... Like, Cena's had some really awesome comebacks for wrestlers who talk bad about him, but I would say that was probably one of Cena's best.
And they call it Talking Smack for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, I always thought Talking Smack was a shoot, if you will. And this seemed to be a shoot.
Oh, that was for sure a straight-up shoot. And it's funny, too, because I guess whoever it was got the idea to do a Raw talk, but there's only been, what, 2?
Yeah, I don't watch that.
One was after Fastlane, I think it was, or Elimination Chamber, and then one was before then, but Talking Smack is a regular occurrence because it's right after 205 Live.
Yeah.
And you would think that they would do Smackdown, Talking Smack, and then 205 Live. But I think they quickly switched from Smackdown to 205 Live to kind of keep the fans interested who are there. Because, I mean, they got to go through basically 3 hours, 3 hours of wrestling.
Yeah.
2 hours of Smackdown, and then the hour of 205 Live. So if there is a lull between Smackdown and 205 Live, people might get bored.
Yeah.
So they quickly transition from one to the other to keep the fans cheering and excited and energetic, so that when trying to do a 205 live afterwards, people might be like, I don't want to be here anymore. I want to go the hell home.
Yeah.
So if you do it that way, then you get SmackDown 205 Live. Once 205 Live over, you can leave the building, and then if you want to catch what happened on Target Smack and you've got the network, you can watch it.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
yeah. But this feud with John Cena and Nikki Bella with The Miz and Maurice, at first I didn't like it. I would much rather would have seen John Cena and Randy Orton for the title. That's an obvious one. Didn't turn out like that.
yes.
John Cena Undertaker didn't go as planned.
Mm-hmm.
So this grew on me, actually. So yeah, I think it'll be an interesting match.
And I mean, at first it seemed like they were just gonna do a Cena Miz match, which they've done many times before. But I think maybe to change it up and not have fans bored of another Cena Miz match, they got Maurice talking shit about Nikki and getting her involved, and then you lead into, okay, let's do a tag match. Cena, Nikki, Miz, Maurice.
Yeah. Not like that shit at WrestleMania 27.
What was that?
Oh, that was John Cena and The Miz for the title.
Right, yeah.
And then The Rock interfered.
Oh, yeah.
Afterwards, actually.
Yeah.
Anyways. So that's gonna be interesting. You know, well, we'll talk about WrestleMania.
Yeah, next, probably Friday or Saturday, we'll do our predictions for WrestleMania, so stay tuned for that one.
Yeah, it'll be awesome. So, also going back to TNA, you know, we talked about the whole James Storm DCC
Yes.
thing, and it seemed like they are gonna break up at one point or another.
Yeah.
This week's episode was interesting because it looked like they had a match, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, so everyone's going behind James Storm, and it almost looked like James Storm was taking it. So there could be a James Storm turn. So that'll be interesting if that happens. I don't know.
Well, right now, what it looks like they're doing is they're building off the fact that Eddie Kingston kind of caused some interference in a match with the DCC twice, but it didn't turn out in the favor of the DCC. It turned out in the favor of the opponents, because on Thursday it was the DCC against Junior and Laredo Kid.
Yes.
And Eddie got a bottle of water, I think, and he went to spit it in whoever's face, and he ended up getting Storm. And then the three of them are in the ring, and of course Storm and Kingston are jawing at each other. You know, Storm saying, "You screwed up twice," and everybody saw it, and Kingston's trying to defend himself, and then, you know, two of them start shoving each other, and Bram was trying to be peacemaker, like, hey, settle down, we've got a task that we're focused on, we gotta stay focused on it, and whatever. But I had talked about, before we did this video, the fact that James Storm was doing his heel run with Alicia by a different name, who had a totally different look.
Yeah.
And then the kid that was brought in by friggin' Great Muta.
Oh yeah. Oh.
He had a run as X Division champion, and I haven't seen him in friggin' forever.
Yeah, I thought that whole Mountain Man gimmick was pretty cool.
Yeah. And then I think Storm's contract came up, Storm went to NXT for a little bit. He had a couple matches. And it looked like Storm wanted a career resurgence, if you will, and he was going to be in NXT, and then all of a sudden, there he is back in Impact, and he started out doing this whole cowboy thing again with the song Long Necks and Rednecks, and drinking beer and having matches and all this other stuff. And they had a temporary reunion of Beer Money with Bobby Roode before he went to NXT. And then something had happened and he threatened Billy Corgan, and Corgan suspended him.
Yes.
And then here he comes back with Bram and Eddie Kingston as the DCC, and it's like, where the fuck's the build-up?
I know. And Bobby Roode eventually went to NXT. Which, if James Storm would have stuck around, and unfortunately, shit happens, it would have been cool to see Beer Money. Although it's fucking WWE, so they would probably
give it another name or something.
Yeah. Thanks to the, having American Wolves as the American Pitbulls. Anyways. Thanks, Vince. Anyway, that was a good team. Also, the new take team, the Punk Rockers. I can't remember their name.
Reno Scum?
Reno Scum.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're an interesting tag team.
They're a team that you probably would have expected in the late 90s or 90s, early 2000s.
Probably, yeah.
Very interesting, retro punk rockers. Then this week facing Decay.
Yes.
But it was a pretty cool match. I don't know how far they're gonna go with these guys. They seem like it's a classic big strong guy with the energetic.
The big strong guy and big strong guy and the smaller high flyer. Although the bald guy doesn't really seem to be too much of a high flyer, but still.
No, that's true.
Yeah. Still, you got like the big strong guy and the smaller guy.
Speaking of Decay, though, it's funny how they have a match with Jade and Rosemary, and now all of a sudden, Rosemary isn't really defending the women's division.
Yeah.
The Knockouts Championship, which is fine, but is this gonna be an occurrence? Is she not gonna defend it for a while? I don't know.
Or are they trying to find her an opponent to defend the title against and have a rivalry with?
Oh, it's a possibility. Like the new Cowboy Chick came back.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember her name.
It'll come to me.
And I'm sure she would.
Not like that.
Yeah.
It was funny though, because when I initially seen her, I was like, okay, cool. They've given her this kind of southern country girl gimmick, if you will.
Yeah.
But before that, she was with the Dollhouse.
Oh, that's right.
And then way before that, she initially came in as a member of the Menagerie. If you remember that group.
I have to look it up again.
It was just Big Mike Knox, Crazy Steve, her, Rebel, that's her name.
Rebel. Yes.
I knew it'd come to me.
Yeah. Then she was facing ODB. Then you get crazy old Earl Hebner. I have no idea what's going on with that, but it was an interesting match. I'd like to know if there was actual whiskey in that flask.
Yeah, what the hell is in that flask?
She's got that fucking gravelly voice. She was with Eric Young for a long time. So
yeah, they were doing the whole thing about them being married.
Married, yeah.
I don't know if they actually are married for real, or whether that was just kind of a TNA storyline.
Something like that. But
yeah, you got Earl Hebner planting a kiss on Rebel, and then friggin' ODB kisses him, and friggin'
puts on the cowboy hat,
and then he takes a shot of the flask, and he's like, "Woo!"
Yeah, crazy old man. Hard to believe that he's 70 though. Like,
well, if he's fucking 70, he looks damn good for 70. You gotta
I guess,
admit.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
Well, his kid looks older than him. A little older. Like, I don't know.
Well, Brian's probably in his 30s, I'd say at least.
Something like that, yeah. But anyways, and then you got the interview with Bobby Lashley and...
That was actually really good.
Yeah, Bobby Lashley and, Christ, I'm drawing a blank too. Bruce Pritchard.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Bruce Pitt interviewing Bobby Lashley. And the whole interview was basically about who Lashley is. And there is a story that Lashley told in that interview that I found really interesting. It was in 2004. Lashley was trying out for the Olympics. I think he was going to do like Greco wrestling or whatever, amateur, whatever it was, for the Olympics at that time. And so, regular old day, he goes into the bank to make a deposit, withdraw some money, whatever. And there are these two guys that come into the bank to rob it. And, of course, Bobby's got his back turned to the door, so he doesn't know what's going on. So he turns to see what's going on. And at that point, there was a shot fired in his direction. And because he turned to see what was going on, the bullet missed him. And then he hits the floor to kind of protect himself. And that's when he blows out there's a specific name for it, but the fluid sac that's in the knee. I don't know if they say what knee it was, right or left. But that basically ended his chances of going to the Olympics, participating in the Olympics, and then he got into the pro wrestling scene.
Yeah, and it was basically one of those interviews, I gotta feed my kids, and that's why I'm doing this, and I'm a nice guy in real life, but when I'm in the ring, whatever. It was one of those interviews I just couldn't take the focus off of. Did he spray paint his eyebrows? I don't know. That was just weird.
Yeah.
But, it was a good interview, I gotta say. Yeah. They were almost going to mention Brock Lesnar, which I thought was interesting. Yeah, another thing that was interesting is I didn't watch the video on YouTube, but it was WWE possibly wanting to do another Invasion angle with TNA. I know I mentioned it before, but it would be interesting in another few years to see another Invasion done properly, I'd hope. But
I think in order for that to happen, TNA would need to get some really good, strong, suited stars in order to do a proper invasion. You don't want to do another one of those flunky, terrible invasions that they did with these young friggin' WCW guys. That was just... As interesting as it would have been, it just didn't go over well because you had Sean Stasiak and fucking... I can't remember who else was part of that.
Not important. Yeah. But anyways...
So, it's obsolete.
Yeah.
It faded away years ago and became obsolete.
Unfortunately, but speaking of that, no Hearties this week. I don't know.
Yeah, the Hearties haven't been on for a few weeks, but I think what it is they're giving the Hearties a chance to have their match with the Young Bucks in Ring of Honor. Because I've seen it promoted on Ring of Honor TV a few times.
In Vegas.
The Super Card of Honor is going to be the Hearties against the Young Bucks.
Yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see that. I don't know if it's for the tag titles or it may be.
I think it is.
There's talk, again, on YouTube, there's a video saying that then they should have the Hearties go back to WWE at some point in the summer, but I don't know if that's a possibility. I mean,
I think it is a possibility. It'll just be a matter of whether the Hardys actually want to or not.
yeah, because I know that.
Because I mean, like Matt and I both talked about it before. What they're doing in Ring of Honor right now is spectacular.
Yes.
I mean, the whole friggin' broken Matt and obsolete brother Nero and them going to friggin' Tijuana, Mexico.
See.
For that tag titles, and then going to getting the tag titles.
NWA? No.
No, I don't think it was the NWA, but there was a whole thing with Mid-Atlantic Outlaws and
Yes, that's
then,
it.
yeah, that, and then there was that friggin' flea market wrestling thing that they did with, I think the organization's called MCW. Well, another thing too is there was a conversation, if you will, between the LAX and basically Conan explained the reason why he went to TNA with Homicide and this new LAX, if you will, was because he's basically pissed off at the fact that, you know, the Hearties went into his home turf, his, I guess you could say his home wrestling company that I guess he started however long ago, and the tag titles got taken.
Yeah.
And so he's trying to get basically retribution for it.
Yeah,
With
and
Homicide and...
Hernandez?
No, Homicide and the other three.
Okay.
They mentioned their names in the match that LAX had with friggin' the DCC.
Yeah, I can't remember. I think it was that. I was thinking about Garza Jr. I
Yes.
thought it was very cool to see him because I didn't see last week's episode of TNA, so... Or, I'm sorry, Impact Wrestling.
Nah.
But whatever. No, I thought it was very cool to see, because I used to watch CMLL quite a bit
Yes.
when I first started, and of course his dad being one of the wrestlers there. And of course, Hector Jr. was one of the stars there. And though he didn't have a shirt, you know, he did the trademark, you know, stop the wrestler from charging and tore white pants. And
tore away the pants, and then he'd continue on with the match. Then he stopped the opponent again, take off the shirt, and hear all the women in the audience go, whoa, whoa! And, you know, screaming, hooting, and hollering.
So I did used to watch, like I said, watching CMLL.
Yes.
But I never, and I said this before, never really a huge fan of WCW, but that Hector Garza was also in WCW in the 90s, so it was pretty cool, actually, to see Junior in TNA.
Yeah, and I didn't realize that Hector Garza Sr., if you will, passed away.
Oh.
Because they had mentioned that Hector Garza Jr. was the son of the late Hector Garza, so I'm not exactly sure when it was, but Hector Garza Sr. passed away.
I may have heard of that too. I'm gonna have to check that out, but no, it's still great to see that. I have no idea how old he is though. Now, but
Junior, I'd say he's probably around our age, most likely.
Oh, right.
20s to 30s, I'd say.
Yeah.
And then you've got his partner, the Laredo Kid. Gotta say that one slowly to get it out.
Yeah.
And he's good. Both of them together are very, very good. Hector Garza Jr., I'd seen a little bit more of like Matt than the Laredo Kid. So I didn't really know too much about Kid, but two of them together are very good.
Oh, for sure. No, it was very cool to see it was them, the Mexican guys from CMLL, and then you had the other team, the Filipino.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. It was Laredo Kid, Hector Garza Jr., Mahabali Shira, and oh crap, who was the other one? I can't remember. Against a tag team where one guy was from the Philippines, one guy was from Croatia,
Yes.
and another guy that was of Egyptian descent.
Yep.
And then their partner was Latin American?
Yeah, I think so.
Something like
It
that.
was a good match.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, and just to see those teams going at it, it was cool.
It was basically an 8-man international tag match.
Yeah, that was
To put it.
those are always fun.
Yeah.
But you know, I think last but not least, talking about this whole Cody Rhodes thing, you know.
Yeah, there was a limo that pulled up earlier in the night, and there was a guy standing outside the door to protect it, even though he didn't really look like much of a bodyguard, just looked more like a... He could have been the one driving the damn limo. Anyways, there's a limo that pulled up, and they're talking about, oh, she's here, got through security, blah, 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 whatever. And then there was going to be a match between Eli Drake and Moose. And then you see Cody get out of the back of the limo, and you see Brandy talking to him, and you hear Cody go, oh, don't worry, I'm not going to do anything stupid. And then he freaking walks away from the limo, goes and grabs a steel chair, goes to the entrance area, and clobbers Moose with a chair. And then it's like,
And all about wearing a Bullet Club hoodie. So he must have brought that with him from Japan. So he beats down Moose, does the too sweet sign. There it is.
hold it out here, I can't really see it. Or could go this way, there we go.
Yeah. Anyway, so cowardly heel type thing. And so TNA was good. I think, Braxton Sutter came out with Allie. Allie didn't say too much.
Yeah.
But now they have Lori. I think it's Lauren. So,
Lauren Van Ness.
Yeah, Lauren Van Ness with that
The
fucked up bride.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
God.
wedding dress and the
Smeared makeup.
smeared makeup like she's bawling her eyes out. And
Yeah, I hope they throw away that shit. That's just the worst. But no, again, so you get no Hearties this week, or last week, and also no Mike Bennett or Maria Kanellis Bennett. So
I wonder if maybe they are either in the process of negotiating their contracts, or maybe they're gonna move on to something else. Maybe.
well, that's a possibility.
We'll have to keep an eye on it in the weeks to come to see where it goes, but for now...
Yeah, so this was a fairly good episode. You know, and then, you know, this is good to talk about, because I never really talked about TNA that much on my channel, because it's a hit and miss show. Used to watch the episodes, sometimes I didn't. Like, I'm really liking also the intro to the show. I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
Just to see how good it was back then. When I started watching it, it was like Team Canada, and it almost ended with Team Canada. And then you had Petey Williams for a while with Scott Steiner, which...
Yeah, that was...
stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, Petey Williams was one of those guys that ever since he left TNA, I don't know whether he's like gone independent or whether he's just quit wrestling altogether. Don't know. He just vanished.
I found recently that he's in a band with the Motor City Machine Guns.
Oh, yeah,
Can't
maybe.
remember what they're called, but I
Yeah.
have to check it out. So, this week was good in TNA. WWE, obviously.
Things are heating up, man. Things
Very
are
cool.
heating up
I
towards
guess so.
WrestleMania.
Yeah.
1 week tomorrow.
Yep.
Hold on to your lug nuts. It's gonna be a fast ride.
Oh yeah. I can't wait to fucking see that.
Mm-hmm.
I heard, and you know, I missed the promo that Bray Wyatt had with Randy Orton. I heard he's a little bit more insane because his house burnt down. And Sister Abigail's ashes. That was an episode from like 2 weeks ago
Yes.
where he smothered the dirt on his face.
Face and arms.
I don't know where to get these ideas, but
I
anyways.
don't know either.
So it'll be an interesting, WrestleMania. Of course, Shawn Michaels came back and I guess talked to Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not a Shawn Michaels fan, never was, but it was nice to see Shawn Michaels come back.
Yeah.
And just to, say, hey, don't fuck with this guy because
Yeah.
he's gonna tear you apart
Yeah.
if you're not in the right mindset. And Roman Reigns, who I'm guessing is gonna turn heel eventually, said,
Maybe.
yeah, he retired you, and I'm gonna retire him. So it'll be an interesting match. A lot of people shit on the whole matches for WrestleMania, saying that it's insulting the fans. When you think about it, okay, so if Undertaker didn't face Roman Reigns, who do you want to face Undertaker?
Yeah.
AJ Styles is gonna be wrestling Shane McMahon. That could just turn out to be a street fight or whatever.
Yeah.
Which would be fucking awesome. I
That
love
would.
those.
That would.
You're gonna have
Yeah.
John Cena occupied with the
Okay.
mixed take match.
Yes.
So yeah, Undertaker really, I think, and to be quite honest with you, I think it should be his last WrestleMania, just because man's getting older, and
Well, Freaky turned 52 yesterday.
yeah,
His birthday was yesterday. Same with a friend of mine's. Birthday
Sweet.
was yesterday. She turned 33. But, yeah. But, I mean, you
and
know.
he'll be 33 in June, shit.
You poor old man.
I
I'm just
know.
kidding. But, as much as people might say, oh, Undertaker should retire, or he's getting too old, he's this, he's that, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Taker's 52 now, and he's still going pretty strong. And then you got Shane McMahon, who's going up against AJ, and Shane's fucking 46, 47, so
Yeah.
I mean, what the hell? You
Yeah,
know?
but I'm surprised with how Shane still has his youthful energy and can still go. I'm not saying that The Undertaker still can't go, but there's going to be a point where, yeah, he can't go anymore because he's taller. He moves like a fucking luchador.
Well, yeah.
So there's going to be a point where he's going to have to retire. Until then, it'll be interesting to see if he goes back next year for WrestleMania 34.
Yeah.
But we'll find that out soon enough.
And you know, another thing about it too is, you got Undertaker when he was in the Royal Rumble match, and then the weeks leading up to WrestleMania here, and you see him without his jacket on, and boy, does he got a gut on him.
Yeah.
It's like, Taker, buddy, what the hell happened to you? For years you were in such phenomenal shape, you know. Okay, you're not, 330 pounds no more, but damn, you could at least put a little more effort into
No, if
it.
you're still living in the desert, pounding back a couple of races. I don't
True.
know. But, anyways, like I said before, we will talk about WrestleMania. Of course, NXT Orlando, the rematch with Bobby Roode and Shinsuke Nakamura, which, yes, it'll be interesting. Almost like the new Triple H, aristocrat.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah, aristocrat Triple H, where He's got the, well, no, not Triple H, actually, Flair. Because he's got the expensive suits and expensive house, and then he comes out in a robe, and, but yeah.
The fancy looking robe and wearing the championship.
Still one of my favorite wrestlers. But, so it'll be fun.
Yeah, I mean, when they did that little, whatever you want to call it, with Bobby Roode at his house, if that is Bobby Roode's actual house, holy fuck, is that thing ever nice.
Oh, yeah.
And huge. Jesus
I mean,
Christ.
I wouldn't live in that, but wow.
No kidding.
But,
and then they show Shinsuke Nakamura and, you know, him coming into the NXT and having matches and this, that, and the other thing. And right near the end of it, they show Nakamura with a surfboard, and it's like, I didn't realize Nakamura surfed.
no.
Like,
And
wow.
Little suit on.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
One more thing, Sanity. I'm really enjoying this feud now that this punk rock chick, which I think I've seen before. I can't remember her name at the moment. She'll be joining Ty Dillinger, Roderick Strong, and No Way Jose. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that match.
Yeah.
If it happens at NXT Orlando. Very fucking awesome show.
Yeah.
So, we will get to it and look forward to this and much more. This has been Wheels of Fury. I'm Matt, and this is Killer Kyle. We'll talk to you later.
Alright. Man, I'm not even in the frame. Hang on.
Yep.
Start, man. Go ahead, start.
Oh, hey, me and Matt here. And I'm here with Killer Kyle.
Let's see here.
And No Way Jose.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, is that what I just said?
And then you changed it to No Way.
Wheels of Fury. I almost forgot the fucking title.
How can you forget the title? You fucking came up with it, dude.
That's 6 and this is Killer Kyle. We'll talk to you later.
Alright.